Hi, everybody. Today for Sunday Fun Day, we're going to see how I draw an electric alligator. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description, and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first, and then Sharpies. So if you want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Alright, so I've got an idea and I've already sketched it out, and something you should go check out is the new Discord that I made for you guys. There's a little place you can talk and post videos and show me what you're working on, that kind of thing. But I'm kind of also playing around with, behind the scenes stuff. So I've been posting, or I did post, I won't say been because I've only done it one time. I've posted a behind the scenes of how I do like thumbnails and stuff like that. And I think I'm going to show how I did this one because it's a really good practice or experiment or exercise, I guess it's a better word for it. A good exercise of using a thumbnail to create where you want to go. And what I mean by that is, in the first sketch that I did, the first thumbnail, I didn't really know where I was going to go with it. I had an idea, and I knew like what I wanted him to look like, but I was just trying to come up with what an electric alligator might be. I mean, there's no rules. I mean, it's just whatever we want it to be, right? But I was just coming up with the look. So then after that, I decided, okay, that's great, but he's just kind of standing there. I need him to be a little more, action. I need something. It's just a boring old pose. So then, pose 2, that's when I got a little more creative, and that's when you get to see the fun side of just getting to be the creator. You get to do whatever you want, and so that's why you should go check out the Discord and have some fun. Post your videos, show me what you've been working on, whether it's my drawings or your own drawings. It doesn't have to be how I draw, or the drawings I use here and I draw. You can post whatever you want, but it's just a fun way for us to get to know each other and have some fun. If you want to use the Discord, don't feel like you have to. Free choice, do what you want. But just thought I'd let you know in case anybody wanted to check it out and go draw their own thing, So, an electric alligator, right? So really what I was thinking was, just some kind of robotic alligator. That's really about it. That's all I was doing. And in doing so, I'm gonna do like the traditional things growing off his head, and they're like Tesla coils, something like that. And then we'll connect them with a couple of cables, come some kind of something to make him electric, and grow from there. But I was like, well, okay, then what? He's got to do something a little more dynamic. So I'm putting him in kind of a jumping, fighting, crazy pose. And the nice thing about creating whatever we want is, again, we get to do it however we want it. So I kind of came up with a almost like Star Wars chess piece robotic parts. I was very influenced by General Grievous. So it's very influenced by just his crazy parts, because when I was creating that, I was talking about how it's just very robotic parts, and we're just going to make little parts that look like they're robot parts, but we're making it up 100%. So it's just fun craziness. And so I'm going to do the same thing with him, a little fun craziness, and I'm not going to draw all his scales and stuff. I think I'm just going to do that with color, but yeah, I'm just going to have some fun with, okay, well now we get to draw a crazy old dinosaur, you know, a big old alligator. And I know it's not a dinosaur, but I just mean, you know, I don't think they've changed since, you know, their dinosaur ancestors, right? That's the word I'm looking for? Who knows? Who knows? Alright, so, jumping through the air, we'll go on some belly parts. And then, let's see, let me give him some legs. What did I do for his body? I did just some kind of, yeah, some kind of grievous parts. Pelvic parts, basically. And that's kind of the nice thing too, is because we're making it up, I'm just gonna, you know, draw some parts and connect them, basically. That's all I really have to do. And just figure out how to put one in front of the other, connect them, and then make it look like it's supposed to be there, you know? Alright. Let's do this one kind of down so I can draw the actual big old parts that I just designed. Because also the way I have him, some of him is being covered up by his own body. So I do have a picture of an alligator I'm looking at, though, to try to get the actual look of him down right. But it's covered up by his own body, so you know we can't really draw every single piece or see every single piece. This one will say it's like kind of pointed right at you jumping, right? Okay, I think that might be good for the sketch, and then we will, you know, add detail as we're going. But that's a pretty good, good place to start, basically. So I think I'm going to erase some of these sketch lines and move on to the Sharpie. Now, I know, I just put a sketch down, now I'm going to erase it, right? Well, what I mean is, and I've explained this a lot, is we're going to work with our confidence, not our sketchiness. And what I mean by that is, when I first started, I was not confident with my lines. I was just throwing a bunch of lines. I was throwing sketch lines down, trying to get me where I wanted to go. And the more confident I got, the harder I pressed, and the darker my lines got. And those will take more pressure to erase, but the sketch lines will erase pretty easily because there was hardly any pressure, and they'll disappear. And I don't want my sketch lines to stand out anyway. I want the Sharpie to stand out. So if you're working with pencil, you just keep going. You just get darker. You don't have to erase. But if you're working with Sharpie, you're with me right now, I say let's welcome everybody that skipped over to the Sharpie portion and get going. Right. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find things that the fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of the sketch lines, and I've left just the confident lines that will guide me in this Sharpie adventure. And I think I'm going to go ahead and just dive in with the fine point. It's a lot bigger, and then come back with a Sharpie pen and add some details here and there, hither and nither, to wither and dither. So I'm going to go ahead and follow my sketch here and just kind of start drawing out a crocodile. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry, an alligator. That's what it is, because he's an electric alligator, right? Okay, so let's see. Ooh, did I get the right thing? Is this a crocodile? Is this an alligator? I don't know. Look. He's just a parts piece anyway. Let's put them together. So I'm going to draw the top of his head and draw some eyes like this. This one's kind of at a side like that. We'll go ahead and draw this one. And then I'll draw the shape of his face so you can kind of see where we're going with this. Okay, so there's his snout. And I'll go ahead and draw the lip and add some teeth and that kind of stuff. So bring it back up here like that. Then let's add some old toofas, his teeths. Maybe this Sharpie wasn't the best one to draw the teeth, because this is pretty thick, but it stands out. That's fine. Let's just do that. Alrighty, that'll work. A little thicker than I wanted, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Let's see. Let's draw the bottom of his jaw, and then we can draw those teeth. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and draw the very bottom, something like that. Okay, and then we're going to add some crocodile. I keep saying that, some alligator fun and detail. Okay, all right, we'll give him some teeth. I'm just drawing a bunch of teeth because he's an alligator. But remember, you don't have to draw exactly like I'm drawing. I mean, this is how I draw. And then you draw how you draw, and we'll need somewhere in between. But, you know, I'm just drawing a bunch of different teeths that he has to get us going. All right, here, and let's do this too. He's got like that closed mouth kind of thing where it like closes up. But it's like his whole, like the mouth. We'll do like that. And add some points to these teeth, because that's the downside to this Sharpie. It's big, but it's more for other stuff, you know, for bigger stuff. So, you know, sometimes it's a little too big. So I like to draw a little extra stuff with this, just to, you know, make our piece stand out. Let's give him a little eye. Let's give him a little detail like that. And I should probably do a lot of this with color, but again, I kind of want it to stand out that he's got crocodile. There we go again. He's got alligator skin. You know, it's all bumpy and oozy and weird. Okay. Something like this, but I'm going to come back with a big Sharpie for a bigger edge and do that. I'm not going to do anything for his pupils. I'm going to let color take care of that. Come back here and do some more gator. Yes, gator. Woo! I almost did it wrong again. More gator detail, some folds, right? Okay, so now I'm going to get going with the electric part, and this is what I was talking about in the sketch. That I'm going to add some crazy stuff on him, and we're just going to make him robotic. Okay, I'm doing both sides at the same time so I don't forget what I was doing. And I'm just adding like what I would think some kind of an electric alligator might have. And what these are, let's do something like this. Like little, almost like piston type electronics. Connect them in the middle. But you know, something like that, and then we're going to connect them with like almost like cables, almost like guitar cable type kind of thing, where it's a little connector like that. And then I'll go ahead and connect it with electricity or some kind of wire like this. There we go. And let's leave it like that. So that's like his electronic brain, you know, some kind of strange robot parts. Here we go. Awesome. Okay, So now I'm going to move on to his body, and I'm very inspired by General Grievous and Star Wars parts. So I'm just going to do like I did with Grievous, and I'm just going to add robotic edges. You know, robot designed parts. And let's see, I'm going to draw a circle here. It's okay if it's not a complete circle. And try. But, so see, a little bit off. But yeah, just like robot edges. And this is going to be like his chest, and his arm's going to be out here. So I'm just kind of playing around with, if he's a robot, what that might look like. But yeah, but when I was doing the Grievous, it's like, well, let's just do some parts, and what might be, you know, robot legs and pieces. So there's not a rhyme or reason to it, just what might be if he was made out of robot parts, you know? I don't know why I have to explain it over and over again. I just feel like I do. I guess what I'm trying to say also is that there's no rhyme or reason, so feel free to do what you want. Don't, you know, if you're like, well, I like that, don't do it. You know, do what you want, because we're just drawing what might be a robot, an electronic alligator. Okay, so I'm going to make his arms regular, but they're a little cartoonish, a little exaggerated. So something like this. There's a little armpit to his bicep. There's the forearm to his hand. Okay, I'm going to have it kind of extended, very exaggerated, because he's kind of jumping through the air. And very just designed how I want it to be, because it doesn't look exactly like an alligator's hand. I'm just making him very aquatic and robotic. Okay, so see, it's not exactly a real hand, not exactly alligator hand. There we go. So a little something like that, just a little bit of the old craziness. There we go. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with the other arm, but just in a different position. So I'm going to do the top of the arm like this, forearm to the wrist, and down to the elbow here, something like that. And extend out a crazy old thumb that way, and we're almost doing the exact same thing but the opposite. So almost. So don't feel you have to do the exact same. We can take artistic creativity and just make it a little more exaggerated, a little more crazier. Okay. And I like doing stuff like that, like adding folds, just to show that he's a big old wrinkly alligator, you know? Alright, there we go. So, now I'm going to draw the rest of his body kind of flown out this way, and his legs are kind of extended. So I'm going to draw his stomach, or his belly, kind of out like this. I'm going to start to draw some of his background, the back of his tail. Then I'm going to draw, now I've got this like bent up, so what I'm going to do is come here for the edge, and then let's draw some edge parts. And this is also what I was talking about, how I'm just going to make up some kind of pelvic parts. Again, kind of based on Grievous, that they're kind of just not really piston, not really metal specific, but they are attached, you know, and that's just kind of the thing. We just draw what we think might be a little bit of a not really space, but and not really mechanized, but I guess it is mech. I mean, that is what I'm going for, right? Okay, so let's do this leg, and then you can see how this one is. So I've got like a hip kind of coming out like this, and it's going to be almost like a housing piece. So it's kind of up, and then inside is going to be the the what do you call it? The hip joint, you know, the femur, I guess, is where it's connected to the hip. So I'm just kind of doing something like this, okay? And then it's going to come down to what do we say? Like I guess a big knee joint. Let's do something like this. The knee's going to be okay. And we're going to say that this part is kind of foreshortened, so you can't really see it as much. We'll do something like that, okay? And again, I'm going to add just a little bit of extra, you know? Just to make it, you know, again, manufactured. That's what we're going for. Alright, and then I'm going to draw like the, what do you call them, the femur. And again, I'm just making all of this up, so, you know, if you feel that looks right, go for it. If you feel it doesn't, do what you like. And that's also the nice thing about this is we're making this up, you know, no one can say, hey, that's wrong, you know. They can't question, well, why is that there? And why is that there? And you can tell them if you like, or you just say, hey, it's robotic alligator. Yeah, or electric alligator. It's exactly what I want it to be. Okay, so we'll say these are the toes. Kind of pointed right at you. Going into the foot there, like that. So that's the ankle into the foot like that. So it's almost kind of straight pointed right at you, right? Now that we have that, what we're going to do is we're going to redraw it over here at a different angle. So since it's bent up, all you can see is a little bit of this part, but then you're mostly going to see this. So this is just going to come around, and we'll do something like this. So see, basically it's flipped up is what we're doing. So look at it like this, like there's the Sharpie, now we're flipping it up, so you're drawing it at a different angle. Okay, so it's kind of curved up. Let me hide that little thing I just did right there. And we'll go ahead and extend more of that little part that we have like that. And that's going up to there. Now, this is going to be in front of it because of the way it's bent. So I'm going to draw the knee. Again, just kind of making it up, so I'm kind of trying to do something like that, but again, meh. Okay, this is where it's bent in, and so all this is just kind of over itself, so we'll just say that this is a big piston piece going up like that. I can go around to it, but we got to draw all this, so let me see, what can I do here? How about we do something like this, and that'll kind of take care of the parts that we can see, is basically what I'm trying to say. Because remember, some of this we're not going to see because of the way it's bent. Right. And again, you do what you like, you know. Again, this is our piece. This is how we draw. Alright, so let me draw this foot at an angle, like over here. So we'll draw something like this. And I got them separated after that, so I'm gonna make this up real fast. Gotta give it like a bottom half, I guess is what I'm going for. Here's a heel, is what we'll give him. Then his front feet, we're gonna go out, in, this. That, now we add a little extra detail just to, you know, kind of say, okay, well that's the underside, like that we can't see, but you know, it does have a different dimension to it, like that. this. And again, just throwing in a little extra detail just to, you know, make it my own, make it how I draw. Is it connected? No. Alright, let's do kind of like we did over there. Something like that. Now that I did that, I can finish off his belly right there. Okay, and so I can also continue his tail. So what I'm going to do for his tail, I'm just going to follow the body along. We're going to say it goes back this way like that. Going to come through, a little dynamic tail up like this. Going to start to draw some bumps like that, and then maybe we'll just kind of draw an edge right here. That way we can see the bottom, and then we'll draw like lines with color. So I say we do that. I say we take care of the rest with color. So for Sunday Fun Day, that is an electric alligator. So here's my colored version. You can color it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.